And I think, you know, it's really our dreams that propel us to excel in life. And when those dreams are limited, or those dreams are taken away by our government, and we don't have the opportunities to pursue our dreams, we're going to see big changes, and we won't remain the wonderful country that the world has looked up to very much longer. It's about choices, and it's about opportunities, and it's about the wonderful people that live in this county being able to carry on. Most people, many people moved here for the small town atmosphere and the rural atmosphere we've all enjoyed. My opponent, Jim Patterson, since he's been elected, he's had 8 years of pushing an agenda that is just counter to all the things we've just discussed. And it's important, I think, that people, and a lot of people don't, unfortunately, really, and I can't blame them, for following all the land use and the policy and the regulation that's been enacted in the last 8 years. But it's going to make it impossible for places like this to even exist in this county if the agenda is pushed. And it's already going to take a little bit just to stop it and try to undo some of the things that have already been passed. So if you haven't been following land use policy, I'll just tell you, Jim Patterson was elected 8 years ago. He was the darling of the environmental activists. And when I say that, I see a lot of friends and supporters out here, and I don't know one of you that would want to do anything that was environmentally damaging to the home that we all love. So when I talk about the activists, I think there's much more to it than just really the environmentalism. But he's pushed an agenda for these last 8 years that most citizens are unaware of. He's grown the government, bigger bureaucracy, more regulation, much more regulation. And today we find ourselves in a situation where we're supporting a lot of regulatory agencies that actually have the ability to fine you or even jail you if you don't comply with some of these very expensive laws. I scratch my head and I think about, we have a county leader that actually raised the salary of the Air Pollution Control District director to $247,000 a year. And half of the money that comes into that department is derived from fining people out there in the community. And I think, is this really what the people are asking for? I think not. We're having a struggle economically, as most of the state is, but fining and feeing and preying on the businesses that are still trying to eke out a living is just not the way to bring back and revitalize our economy. So I come into the mix as a mother, a wife, a grandmother, as a business owner, and most of you know me. I owned a small preschool in Atascadero for 17 years where I had to learn to meet a payroll. My family's made their living really on the farm, and I married into a generational situation, but believe me, we have to learn to live within our means, and when you're farming, sometimes that means gets pretty small for a year or two before you recoup and go on. But we really need to bring some of that kind of a perspective to the Board of Supervisors and representation of just the people that want to live here, enjoy their life here, enjoy the small town atmosphere that we've grown to love, and know that their children can have the same opportunities we have. So I appreciate your confidence in me just by being here, and I'm available to anyone. I think you know, that I feel like the wind's at my back this time, and thanks to all of you. So again, I thank you for coming. I'll be here the rest of the afternoon, so if you have any particular issues, just come and track me down. And thanks again, Sabina, Sandy, Ruby, Corrine, everyone that's put some effort into this afternoon. Thank you so much.